Hello, Champions of Wayne. My name is Brian Raymond, and this is my video essay for semester 2 of Champions. So, hope you guys are having a good break first off, and I want to thank you guys for even everything that you guys do for the program. It's just fantastic work. So, we're going to jump right in, and first I want to talk about my reasons for participating in Champions. And I know the first thing that jumps to a lot of the kids' minds is that big $200 check at the end. And don't get me wrong, I'd be a liar if I said that wasn't a nice part. But in all honesty, I guess that's only what kind of brought me into Champions. But I guess I'm sure I'm not the only one. Every kid that joins Champions afterwards, they get multiple reasons for participating in Champions. Multiple reasons for coming back. So I've just taken a few of those reasons and I wanted to narrow them down. And the first thing I want to talk about is the goals. Champion is an awesome program for someone who is either poor at setting goals or poor at following through with them. And the nice thing is it shows you that you're able to complete these goals. You have to put effort forth to it, and sure, not every goal has a nice reward like Champions has at the end, but it really does show you in life how to set yourself up for a nice goal that you want to pursue. I guess another thing that I thought of is you really get to establish an awesome bond with your champion mentor. And my personal story is with Mr. McGovern. And honestly, Champions, it's more of a spontaneous thing. You don't set it up hey, you want to do Champions. That's honestly how it all starts, and it's exactly how it started for me and Mr. McGovern. And now looking back, I would have never pictured myself with me and him being such good friends. And he's just the awesome mentor that I could ever have wished for. He's awesome at developing a wise plan, setting up how are we gonna measure this. He's just the perfect champion in my opinion. And I'm not the only one out there who has stories like this. I can't even tell you how many people are in the Champions program, so just imagine all those bonds. It's perfect. But getting back on track, my personal goal for this semester is to help a friend of mine who had signed up for Champions last semester. And a little bit of background, I also signed up for Champions, and I did not make my champion goal, but if I could point your attention to Exhibit A here, it might be a little hard to read. Actually, it's backwards, but anyways, that was my first ever straight 4.0 report card. To be honest, never in my life would I be able to imagine that. There was a second part of my goal. I'm gonna leave that out, but it relates me to this person because we were both so close to meeting our goal, and yet so far away at the same time, because you either make it or you break it. And so my friend, her personal goal was simply to pass all her classes, and when she told me that, I was like, oh, you can do that easy, that's not even a problem. And I guess it is a little bit of a struggle for some people. Not everybody can be a perfect student, or so what I want my goal to be is I want to help a previous champion accomplish a goal that they never got to complete. I don't think that a champion should just leave behind a goal that they set for themselves already. I think they should continue to pursue it. And this, something that a lot of people have taught me, is you have to hold others responsible for what they account for. And I guess the idea is that if you can put this to our community, imagine if everybody helped each other out. they would help that person who needs extra help studying, I guess. I mean, that's even only a school example, but think about it in the community. There's veterans out there, war vets who need help. There's people in nursing homes, and if you hold those people responsible for helping the community, it starts with something small. And don't get me wrong, I'm not some intuitive dreamer with all these big ideas, but I mean, this is something that I think everybody should, take a chance at. Is you can if you can help your community, even in a small way, and spread the idea of everybody just helping their community in a small way. You don't need this one person out there who's doing all these great things for the community, because we're all in a smaller chunk adding to the puzzle of our community to making it better. But I guess, in other words, if everybody took a part of their own responsibility, then we wouldn't have to have, one time, one shot people. I'm just rambling on now. Anyways, get back on track. My goal will be measured as kind of a system that me and Mr. McGovern have been using ourselves this whole time. We do a weekly progress report, and we like to stop in and chit chat. We don't know. This is another thing. Like, going back to that champion bond. Whenever me and Mr. McGovern sit down and talk, we don't just, are your grades on track? Oh, you got an A in this class. Oh, you're struggling here. No, like, we catch up in our own lives. Like, oh yeah, how are things going on at home? He'll ask me, have you been looking at colleges? Are you looking for those big scholarships? There he is. He's holding me responsible for myself, making sure that I'm on track, doing what I need to do. So I would like to take the same system that we use and apply it to the student that I'm trying to help. And so, besides not only me having to get my straight A's, we're going to continue our system of, weekly progress reports and checking in. And every card marking we would do, we would look back on the previous card marking. We would go on Zangle and go through all the assignments, see if I missed anything, or if there's something I could have capitalized on that I didn't, getting those extra credit points here, things like that. And I think that's really helpful, because it lets you know what you have to do for the next card marking. How can you set yourself up better to work towards your goal of passing that class, or work towards your goal of getting, complete straight A's? Could you have studied more? Did you need some extra help with the subject, and could you have stopped in after school? Things like that. And for me personally, I guess one thing I've always struggled at is my own words. Actually, I've struggled at helping hold others responsible, helping hey, this, why can't you push yourself harder here? And that's not just in school. I play sports, and I guess I should tell my teammates, like, hey, I didn't see you working as hard as you could out there. Or like my friends in school, like, dude, why do you have an E? Like, you can push yourself harder. You can devote some extra time to school and get this done. So me as a mentor, personally, that it's one great thing that I would like to accomplish. And on a smaller level, here I am. I'm helping my friend who I know she can easily pass all her classes. She's got the smarts. She can do it. All we have to do is we have to work as a team, to work towards one goal. And the bigger picture, as I mentioned earlier, is imagine if everybody did this, not only in Champions, but in their community. I mean, you have basically one mentor mentoring another person to make sure not only as a couple, as a pair, you are moving forward, but if everybody was doing that, then imagine everyone's moving forward. You have the people who I guess have that extra gift or those extra smarts, helping the smaller champions with the easier goals that they might even struggle for. Some people, like a 3.0 that's hard for them, and there's smart guys out there who are laughing at that, like a 3.0, are you kidding me? Like, but there are people who struggle with even that, and I know those people, and it's not always about what's up here or what's right here, your brawn or your brain, but it's about the heart. And some people, it takes an extra push for them to realize, the heart that they have. And I feel like I have that ability to bring that out in some people. But here I am, I'm holding my own self responsible, is that I haven't been putting that to good use. And I think that's something that I'd really like to see myself do this semester in Champions Way. And so I hope you guys will consider me, and I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. And I'll see you guys at school.